I'll tell you a quick story about when I was training as a psychologist. I had to do some evaluations with kids, and we'd have them come in to the clinic. And this one day, my supervisor was going to be watching me, so I was very concerned with doing a good job. And so I had the booklet all open to the right pages. I had two sharpened pencils without erasers, like it said in the manual, ready to go. I had a third one in my pocket just in case I needed a third pencil. I had the child's all their information written out. I had the chairs placed in the right angles so that they could do all the tasks. And this kid came in for the testing, and I got to tell you, he just ate my lunch. The first thing he did is he came in, he started flipping through my book. I'm like, don't touch those pages. And then he picked up a pencil. I said, no, don't use the pencil yet. Then he was underneath the table. I said, don't go under there. No, don't stop, quit. No, don't stop, quit. Eventually, he sat down and we got through the task. But my supervisor came in at the end, and he was a good behavioral psychologist. He had his clipboard, and he said, just out of curiosity, Greg, how many times do you think you used the words no, don't, stop, or quit at the beginning? And like most trainees, I had a pretty good positive illusory bias. I said, I don't know, 3 or 4. It's like 42. And I said, oh, wow, that's a lot more than I thought. And he said to me, what did you really want that child to do? And I said, well, I wanted him to sit down so we could get started. And he said, well, do you realize you never once told him what you wanted him to do? You just told him all the things he shouldn't do when he was in this room. And that was a good lesson for me that I'm now an optimist about kids. If I tell them directly what they're expected to do, they almost always follow through. And so when we think about good requests, we get the kids' attention. We give them one step at a time. They're behaviorally specific. So instead of behave, it might be something like, well, I run to the store. You're not allowed to have any friends in this house, right? That maybe that's what I'm thinking about behave means. So I say that. I say it directly. Limit the instructions to the present and issue them is now this is hard for polite society. A lot of times when we're around other people, we'll say, could you hand me that? Or would you please get started? When we talk to children, they actually do better if we issue behavioral requests as command statements, right? Turn off the TV now, right? Rather than don't you think it's time for bed is a much more effective command, gets us to where we need to go more quickly. And also doesn't suggest to the child that they have a choice. Because most of the times when we're making a behavioral request, we're not implying a choice, right? We're expecting something to happen. So I guess that was a bit of a long-winded about the tools, but those are the characteristics of really so if everybody were to do some self-reflection, if you're like any parent, you give some of these poor or ineffective requests all the time. We all do that. It would be thinking about how can we tweak the way requests happen in everyday life to have more of these positive, straightforward, effective requests.